Yes, fight fans, body and mind, sports, my people. You are fully appreciated in this round, my guys, my people. Let's start with Manny Pacquiao, 8th division champion, the legend, Manny Pacquiao, my guys, my people. First ballot Hall of Famer or future first ballot, right? So he really does not have to say anything more or do anything more. His legacy has already been cemented, but look, he's trying to say more and still trying to do more at the age of 46. In fact, just came out of a 4-year retirement and earned himself a decision draw against WBC welterweight champion Marios Barrios, exceeding all of our expectations, right? And the majority of us believing that he should have got the nod, and should have beaten his own record of the oldest welterweight champion in the history of the sport, a record he initially set in 2019 when he defeated Keith Thurman for the WBA strap. Keith Thurman, a former unified champion at 147, now competing at 154 pounds. Thurman himself has been on quite a long hiatus. He did return from that hiatus, in his last fight not too long ago. He beat Brock Jarvis, an Australian fighter, not a huge talent, but young. We expected Thurman to stop him, and he did so real early as expected. I believe 2 or 3 rounds. But look, Thurman has had quite a lot to say about Manny Pacquiao now, and while speaking to YSN Sports or News or YSM, whichever one it is, right? Keith Thurman was saying that, well, it seems to be indicating that Manny Pacquiao in his fights, well, he cheats, that he calls his own low blows, he calls his own breaks, and he can deduct points from you in the middle of a fight. Now, if the claims are true, then Manny Pacquiao is a wizard, which I highly doubt that he is, my guys, my people. So Keith Thurman has got a wild stretch of imagination, my guys, my people, and this one is a huge a huge stretch. In fact, quite the contrary, Manny Pacquiao has been on quite some rough ends of bad decisions that have led to him losing. His history of fights with Juan Manuel Marquez, his history of fights with Tim Bradley, all good examples, my guys, my people. So yeah, something's wrong with Keith Thurman, man. Well, even this last fight with Marios Barrios. So something definitely wrong with Keith Thurman. Has not had a big fight since losing to Manny Pacquiao. His biggest fight since then has been Marios Barrios, who is not a huge name. My guys, my people. So yeah, he is right now between a rock and a hard place. Has been trying to land hard big fights. Tried to land a fight with Tim Tszyu in 2 failed occasions now. And he does want the Manny Pacquiao rematch. Just to let you guys know. So yeah, as for now though, he doesn't know exactly what he's going to be doing next, but he will keep the fans updated, my guys, my people. Now, as for the legend Manny Pacquiao, seems he has a plan already hatched out as to what he's going to be doing next. He has revealed that he will be returning in December. Yeah, in December, my guys, my people. In December. According to his advisor, Sean Gibbons. Sean Gibbons says that the front runners that will be going up against Pacquiao next could be Rolando Rolly Romero and Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis, WBA champion at 135 pounds, 2 divisions south of Manny Pacquiao. How are they gonna make that fight? Is Pacquiao, can he still move down, or is Tank Davis gonna move up to 147, right? And they meet to 147, yeah. Or do they meet each other at 140 catchweight? Who knows? Davis, who has fought at 140 before, defeated Marios Barrios for the regular, I believe, WBA title, if I'm not mistaken, my guys, my people. Well, Anyway, Gervonta Davis right now not really showing any desire to box or the passion for the fight game. In fact, he has absconded. he has run away from his rematch with Lamont Roach. That fight is not happening, my guys, my people. He had cold feet, especially after that controversial draw where we all thought that Lamont Roach won that first fight. And personal problems, my guys, my people. Problems with the courts, courtesy of the mother of his children. So Gervonta Davis really does have a lot he's dealing with right now, my guys, my people. And as I speak, rumors circulating he's not paying his trainer in Calvin Ford, who I have serious doubts as to whether he's still with Davis or not, because in Davis's last fight, which was against Roach, Ford didn't train him for that fight, my guys, my people. But Ford himself has come out on a podcast, I've forgotten which one, in attempts to put everything to bed. Ford says that he's happy doing his job and he's happy working with who he works with in Gervonta Davis, and that he is here to stay. So I guess it is Team Davis then. Even Davis's other trainer, Kevin Ellis, said that Davis has been nothing but good to them since they've been working together, and he's nothing but family. So hopefully that puts everything to bed, my guys, my people. But what we really want to hear from anybody from Team Davis or the PBC, my guys, my people, is the Lamont Roach rematch. Is it happening or not? You're leaving us in limbo, my guys, my people. Why ain't nobody said anything except from Dan Rafael, who has nothing to do with Team Davis? Nothing to do with Team Davis, my guys, or the PBC. Dan Rafael saying that he believes the fight is dead in the waters, which I wouldn't argue with him. Davis has run off. And now we're hearing that he might retire. Again, we are hearing it. Now, if he wants to retire, then the prospect of facing Manny Pacquiao looks even better. You know, Manny Pacquiao is willing to fight Davis at 147 pounds or a catch weight of 145. I don't know if Davis will move up to 147 or even 145, possibly 140. But seeing as I believe, and he should know as well, that he totally dismantles and destroys Manny Pacquiao if they fight, it will be an easy job. Davis is no Barrios, my guys, my people, or should I say Barrios is no Davis, right? So if he wants that, it's a big fight and an easily winnable fight for Davis, my guys, my people. However, it wouldn't do anything for his legacy, which is very questionable right now. It's looking a total mess, my guys, my people. But who knows what Davis does next? Possibly he might even go forward and fight Jake Paul, who is a cruiserweight, by the way, and a light weight in Davis, together in a ring in an exhibition, possibly. Don't count it out, my guys, my people. As for Manny Pacquiao, my guys, Rolando Rolly Romero, the WBA champion at 147 pounds now that he has been elevated. You know, he has been elevated. Ennis dropped that title and his IBF to move up to 154 pounds, my guys. And Rolly earned the rights to be elevated since he beat Ryan Garcia. They both fought for the vacant regular title, my guys, and even dropped Ryan Garcia in that fight, my guys, my people. Even dropped Ryan Garcia. So if Manny Pacquiao is still looking to become champion again, why doesn't he take the Rolly fight at 147? Winnable fight for him. Winnable fight. Depends on which Rolly turns up though, because Rolly can either be shabby or he can look great on the night, because he is an average fighter. He just has a style with power, which can make it a case of styles make fights, right? You know, but he is an average fighter. I'm blown away that he's now a 2-division champion, surprisingly. You know, surprisingly, my guys, and both times he's been elevated. First at 140, now at 147, my guys, my people. So why don't Pacquiao take that fight in December when he returns? Ryan Garcia would also want a Manny Pacquiao fight if he can't get a Rolly Romero rematch, my guys, my people, to avenge his loss, right? But he has fears. He's fearing that Oscar De La Hoya, his promoter, is looking to take that Rolly rematch away from him, and hand it over to Raul Curiel, the number 3 contender under the WBA, and is a Golden Boy Promotions fighter as well, my guys, my people. Ryan, who has been complaining that Oscar has been trying to give him lowball offers since he has lost to Rolly. It seems that his stock has taken a bit of a hit. At least that is how Golden Boy is treating him, my guys, my people. You know, but Oscar himself, he would rather Rolly versus Teofimo Lopez instead of Rolly versus he would rather Ryan versus Teofimo Lopez instead of Ryan versus Rolly rematch. He says the rematch will be as dull as the first fight. Who's to tell? Who's to tell? Not that I really care about who Rolly fights at this point. Or even, or even Ryan, my guys, my people. I really don't care, to tell you the truth. But it would be quite intriguing to see whether Ryan can turn it around in a rematch. What happened in the first fight where he lost, you know? So that is the intrigue there. But as for Teo, I would rather see him unify with the IBF champion at 140, Richardson Hitchens, who has been itching to get his hands on Teofimo Lopez. They need to fight, my guys, my people. Yeah, so that's the scenario. You know, but how is him and Teo going to fight anyway? Ryan, are they going to meet at a catchweight, or Teo move up to 147, or is Ryan going to move down to 140 and attempt to get a title there, my guys, with Teo? Who knows? Who knows? Neither do I care. Or he can wait till 2026, early 2026. We have Devin the Dream Haney, who's fighting Brian Norman for the WBO strap at 147 pounds. And if he wins, or even if he loses, my guys, my people, if Ryan waits long enough to 2026, maybe early 2026, they can have the rematch. Okay, now moving on, my guys, my people. Jaron Bruce Ennis, now former unified champion at 147 pounds. He abruptly dropped his IBF and WBA straps in the division, moving up north one division to 154 pounds. The junior middleweight division, my guys, my people. And we all thought that his debut fight in the division will be against WBC interim champion Virgil Ortiz. However, anyway, we're missing out again. We're missing out again on this Ennis Ortiz fight. Remember, the last Crescendo fight card that took place in February, they were supposed to be in the undercard. Ennis opted out simply because he wanted to chase ambitions to be undisputed at 147 pounds. And if he were to go up to 154 to face Ortiz, my guys, my people, no way can he move back down to 147 to accomplish those undisputed ambitions. You know, but since then, Ennis went on to fight at 147, but as soon as he became unified, my guys, my people, and finding it quite hard to land fights too, I would have to say, with other champions, he abruptly just moved up to 154 pounds, abandoning his titles at 147. So now he's at 154. It made perfect sense to fight Ortiz. Their fight has been long anticipated since both were at 147 pounds, my guys, my people. Ortiz moving up simply because of health conditions. Ennis, however, moving up because he's just too big for the division. So they say, my guys. He will be stronger, faster, you name it, supersonic at 154 pounds. And according to Eddie Hearn, he will put a beating on Virgil Ortiz when they meet up. You know, I don't think the fight is going to be so straightforward and easy because Ortiz is a warrior, but Ennis, whew, not only a warrior, but he is super, super talented. So we will see how it goes when it eventually happens, my guys, my people. So that fight would have made perfect sense first, but we're not going to get that. Instead, we are going to get a warm-up first for Ennis, says Eddie Hearn. But since then, though, he has revealed most recently that Ennis and Ortiz has been signed and sealed on Ennis's side. On Ennis's side, they're now waiting for Virgil Ortiz and Golden Boy Promotions to tie up their side now, and it will be done. In fact, Ennis has to fight Ortiz as part of his extended contract with Matchroom, my guys, my people. So he has to fight Ortiz. He has to fight Ortiz to be in line with the contract, my guys, my people. And they are targeting January or February. Cities that they're targeting to land the fight: Dallas, Texas, right? So Virgil's very own, you know, side of the world there. Virgil Mexican, and a huge Mexican population, you know, on that side, right? So we can see where the support is gonna come from there, for that fight there, and Ennis himself becoming quite a draw, my guys, my people. So yeah, it makes sense to mention Dallas. Another they mentioned was Ennis's own backyard, Philly, my guys, my people, Philadelphia. So yeah, normally does good numbers there, so good call. Also Vegas, is this going to be Ennis's first fight? If they fight in Vegas, would it be his first time headlining in Vegas? I don't know, I'm not sure. Maybe for Virgil as well. Virgil versus Bochuk, where did that take place? I think that was in Vegas, you know. Well, anyway, my guys, my people, those are the three main cities that they're targeting. Vegas, by the way, the home of boxing in the US, my guys, my people. Well, anyway, my guys, we're not gonna get this fight. We're not gonna get this fight anytime soon. Not this year, but hopefully in those dates, February or January 2026, my guys, my people. But look, the tune-up fight, it will happen. Eddie Hearn says that will take place in October when Ennis returns, my guys, my people. He will be going straight to be fighting. Well, he threw out three names, I believe. Rashidi Ellis, who is not even ranked. He's not even ranked by any of the sanctioning bodies in the division. Not to be seen in the top 15, my guys, my people. Then we have Andreas Katsurakis, who is number 8 under the WBA. And also Josh Kelly was given an offer, but I don't think he took it. So we can discount Josh Kelly, my guys, my people. Ellis, Eddie Hearn revealed, was given an offer of 500,000, and he says that should have been a gold mine for Ellis, who normally averages about 50,000 per fight. But Ellis, he wanted 900,000. 900,000, my guys, my people. So Eddie Hearn took his money and turned away, only for Ellis to come back and say, give me that 500,000. But by then it was too late. Eddie Hearn says they have already found an opponent. So it's not Ellis, right? And it's not Kelly, but they have already found an opponent, my guys, my people. They say, I wonder how much they paid this so-called unanimous opponent that Eddie Hearn does not want to reveal. That would get Ennis ready for a Virgil Ortiz. Who is that guy? My guys, my people. And how much did they pay? Was it 500? Like they offered Ellis? According to Brian Norman Sr., right? He says this, that what they've been offering as a base offer, so the minimum, right? What basement offer they've been offering to get Ennis a debut fight at 154 has been 250,000, and he's wondering how Eddie Hearn expects to build a fighter on that basement. 250,000, right? Yeah. Could it be Andreas Katsurakis as one of the names? Because Eddie Hearn says it is going to be quite a tough opponent, and Katsurakis is undefeated, 16-0, my guys, my people, and considerable power he's got as well. Doesn't really fight like Virgil Ortiz, but he does like to come forward and give it a good try, my guys, although not with great technique, I would have to say. I think Ennis totally beats him up too fast, too powerful, and we expect him to be stronger, right, according to Eddie Hearn, and 10 times better, supersonic better. So let's wait and see, my guys, who he fights. We just have to wait and see. Okay, my people, now let's talk, last but not least, my guys, the trilogy that was supposed to happen between Beterbiev and Bivol. So, former undisputed champion in the light heavyweight division, Beterbiev, versus current unified champion, Bivol. I thought that fight was across the line. We all thought that fight was across the line, especially after Bivol vacated his WBC strap to allow his mandatory Benavides to elevate, so that he can go forward and fight Beterbiev for the trilogy. And we all thought Turkey had it across the line, even had a date for November, and that was even after they had missed the opportunity to land it on at least 2 other dates, or previous dates, right, to the November date. So this fight has been dragged. It has been dragged, my guys, my people. But then when they thought that they'd finally got a date for November, and I know Beterbiev is going to regret this now, that he and Bivol decided to take the fight from Turkey Al Sheikh along with a anonymous Russian investor to host a fight in Russia, and with more money on the table. Now that is very suspicious. Who is this anonymous investor, and why do they have to be anonymous, right? That has more money on the table than the Saudis. This is very suspicious, absolutely suspicious. And Beterbiev should have noticed that something is going on here, and I said it. I said it, my guys, my people. Quite suspicious, right? And well, the secret investor, he took the fight and left it hanging in limbo, suspended in limbo, with no date, with no venue inside or in mind. So yeah, that was the last of the fight for that time, by the way, and had Beterbiev even worrying. He was thinking, is Team Bivol, are they trying to age me out? Are they trying to age him out? He was worried, boy, that they were trying to age him out. And I don't blame him because it's now looking very much so. It's now looking very much so, my guys, my people. He was even worried why Team Bivol hadn't been communicating with him since the fight got suspended in limbo. Um, Team Bivol gone radio silence. So that was another worry of his. You know, all these things put together with the IBF as well, that had the mandatory order for Dimitri Bivol to fight Michael Eifert, right? Worked, just totally worked up David Beterbiev, to the point he's not waiting on Bivol anymore. To hell with that fight. And he sees now that that fight is not happening. I don't think the fight is going to happen. He's moving on for now anyway. He's going to be fighting in November 22nd, the undercard of Benavidez defending his WBC strap against Anthony Yard, my guys, my people. The fact that Beterbiev is actually on this undercard goes to tell you the level of opposition that he's going up against. But he has to be active. At the age of 40, he needs to always have an inkling of where he's at, if you understand, whether he can still perform at the highest level or not, my guys, my people. Because at the age of 40, your age deteriorates just like that in this game, my guys, my people. Anyway, his opponent on the said day is going to be Dion Nicholson, 34 years old, with a record 22 wins, 1 loss, 0 draws, my guys, my people. 18 coming via KO. Considerable power, so good power. Ironically, not only does he come from Mississippi, Alabama, my guys, the same sides as Deontay Wilder, but the power is also ironic, right? And also ironic that they train in and around the same circuits as well, but stylistically very different. Wilder, a more direct puncher, out and out puncher, and Nicholson, a boxer puncher, but nothing on the level of the former undisputed champion, Beterbiev, 21 and 1, 0 draws, and 20 via KO, my guys, my people. That is Artur Beterbiev, and I expect Beterbiev to make this routine, beat him definitively, or knock him out like he did everybody else before Bivol. Otherwise, listen, Nicholson, he's lost to, the only one lost on his record is to Afetobo Apochi, who has lost to the likes of Glanton and Chevron Clark. Now, this was all action that happened at cruiserweight, by the way. But look, those fighters are nothing on the level of Artur Beterbiev. They're not. They're not. And yeah, I expect him to go through him. Otherwise, I'm not looking to see a trilogy. I don't care about the Bivol Beterbiev trilogy. If I see any signs from this Nicholson fight that Beterbiev is even showing signs that he's slowing down and has slowed down. He's already showing a bit of signs in the last fight. All this, like, vacating the belt for Benavidez, and it was all a waste of time. You could have fought Benavidez, Bivol. You could have fought Benavidez. And giving us that fight, boy, all a waste of time. And right now his status, being that he is recovering from back surgery, to recorrect some niggles that he's been having with his back for over a decade now, says Dimitri Bivol, my guys, my people. So he's had that done. Funny enough, um, he is now requested for a medical exemption with the IBF to, you know, retain his title, still hold on to his IBF title when he returns, because obviously he's not going to fight his mandatory order in Michael Eifert, my guys, my people. So he's hoping when he returns he can still have his titles, but the IBF, they still have to approve this, you know. Would they approve it? Michael Eifert, who has missed the opportunity to fight. I mean, if they approve it, it would mean Michael Eifert missing the opportunity now 3 times to fight for the title. System not working, right? So, yeah. But at the same time, usually when an exemption is put forward for medical reasons, it normally carries very strong reason and grounds to grant the exception. So they might, I think they might leave him with the title. They might leave him with the title. Can't promise you the trilogy after though, the Beterbiev trilogy after though. I think that is gone. They have done great in using this mandatory opportunity the IBF put in front of him to seize the moment to have this back injury treatment that would further delay time so that he wouldn't have to fight after Beterbiev in the trilogy, because he's had this thing for 10 years. But why is it that fighters, yeah, is always the time when they've got possibly the most difficult assignment or the most important one in front of them, that all the problems in their career that have been hiding in the background just creep up, creep up, and spanners in the works, just spoiling everything. You know, so yeah, we're not gonna get the trilogy. Nah, they're gonna age him out, and it looks like they're succeeding. But who is he going to fight when he returns? 6 to 8 weeks to recover, and then they'll be thinking about Bivol returning. But who to fight? Do you know what? Yeah, I can't be bothered with any matchmaking right now. I just don't have the mind for it at this particular moment. But look, David Benavidez and Yard for the WBC. He can fight the winner of that, reclaim back his WBC strap. Callum and David Morrell, Callum Smith and David Morrell, also in the same on the same card in November. So those are 2 fights there where he can fight the winners. You know, but if he fights Michael Eifert, it still ends up fighting Michael Eifert, which he may well do. The IBF may say, we will let you hold the title if as soon as you have made full recovery and you can fight, you take on Michael Eifert. Other than that, we just have to wait and see, my guys, my people. And with that said, that's all I have for you on this one, my guys, my people. Before you leave, do like, do share, subscribe. Of course, my people, drop your comments below, my guys. And as always, stay super, super blessed, my guys, my people.